G'day everybody. As a home mechanic, farmer, whatever, in Australia, often I can get a little nervous about ordering parts from overseas. So many accounts of online fraud. Are you going to get the goods? Is it going to get held up? Is it going to take an eternity to get here? So what I've done is I've done a couple of reviews on the ordering experience online. And specifically I've had a look at Rock Auto and Amazon. Amazon for ordering workshop equipment like tools, and Rock Auto for ordering car parts. Both of those have got thumbs up from me, really good services, and I've been really impressed of late at the speed at which we can get things in Australia from overseas, which compared to historically at least, that's a bit of a change, whereas previously it could take a while before things arrived, and that could get a little bit frustrating, particularly if you had an urgent need to do something. So in that same vein, this is a review of injectorsdirect.com. As with my reviews, no money's changed hands. This is a review of their services after I bought with my own money some goods from their website and then have had time to install them and go through the whole process and evaluate how good the experience was. So I needed to buy a set of injectors for my Ram 3500 5.9 common rail. I looked around online. I'd got a bunch of different pricing. I wanted new injectors. I wanted genuine Bosch injectors, and they were much of a muchness in terms of pricing plus shipping. Not a whole lot in it. The difference with Injectors Direct, it was a little bit cheaper, but the thing that did ultimately get me over the line was the fact that they did a kit which included the injectors, the brand new connector tubes, a gasket, as well as the new fuel injector lines. Injector lines as a whole package, put that together, was marginally more expensive than just the injectors on their own, and then compared to other sites where you had to buy those components individually, it was a big saving. So the overall experience didn't start very well, I must admit, because when I determined that yes, I'm going to order from Injectors Direct, I'd looked at the Better Business Bureau in North America. I had looked at a whole bunch of forums in terms of reviews of how good they were. Most of the comments were pretty good, although there wasn't probably, I got to be honest, there wasn't the depth of reviews I would have liked to have seen to give me a lot of confidence that this was a good idea. But in any event, it seemed they were legitimate. They'd been reviewed by the Better Business Bureau and third-party credit agencies in the US from a couple of different agencies I was able to find. Seemed like they were legitimate, and there was enough, there was a baseline of customer feedback there that indicated that they were a legitimate business and they would carry out the transaction. When I ordered, I had a lot of difficulty in ordering because with ordering from Australia, it obviously picked up it was an international order, and it would just keep kicking me out. The only way I could order was to change my VPN country to the US. I tried to order with my default setting, which is a VPN set to Australia. That didn't work. Turned the VPN off, ordered, that didn't work. Changed the VPN country to America, and I could order. Select the country as Australia, process the order. I had to do the order a couple of times because there was the ordering system said that my credit card wasn't valid, which was frustrating, which ended up with a bill on my credit card, which lasted there for a week. I wouldn't order, so the whole process got slowed down by a week while I sorted that out. I did get my money back. Injectors Direct literally emailed me every single day saying, look, we want to get this sorted out for you. Is there anything we can do to help? Unfortunately, it was an issue with my Australian bank that they couldn't help me with, just to clear that debit out. But I did get it cleared out. It was all fine. And then when I did do the order, placed the order, Injectors Direct gave me my choice of freight. They said we can send it via UPS or we can send it via FedEx. What do you want to do? Got my choice of freight. They got it out straight away. It got here in under a week, as in 5 business days. It arrived here in under 5 business days, which is absolutely great. Very swift getting it here. Everything was ordered was correct. brand new injectors, lines, everything. Did the installation, and the wrinkle with ordering the injectors in this circumstance is that you have to send back your cores. So took the old injectors out, cleaned them up rudimentarily well, get all the oil off them, repackaged them in the original packaging that they came in, and dispatched them back to the US. And there was going to be a core refund of $600 US. Once they got them back, it cost me $90 Australian to send them back. I sent them airmail, and it took 3 weeks to get back, which is not nearly the speed of how long it took to get them here, but anyway, that is what it is. 3 weeks I got them back, they inspected them, I got an email, yep, everything's fine, we're going to do your core refund, and I got my $600 US credited back to my credit card. So all in all, seamless transaction. The speed of it was great. Unfortunate that you had that ordering issue, and also that I had a bit of a problem with my credit card, but I don't think that was purely Injectors Direct fault, and they did offer to help again and again and again all the way through the process. So all in all, having ordered from Injectors Direct, would I order from them again? Based on the pricing and the deal I got this time, yes, I would. I was very, very happy with the deal that I received from Injectors Direct, and I would order from them again. Hopefully I don't need to. With this truck with the brand new injectors in it and the rate I drive it, I shouldn't need to do that again in the life of this vehicle, unless I decide to go and buy another US truck and it needs injectors. But as an Australian consumer, I would absolutely use their services again. Just the deal I got, I couldn't match that anywhere, and it was all wrapped up in an extraordinarily quick shipping, which is like my review of Rock Auto, which was extraordinarily fast. And these things couple together to really make the ownership of what is a specialist vehicle, in my case a Ram 3500, which is a specialist vehicle in Australia. Let's be honest about it. Like, they're not, they're not vehicles you see en masse in Australia. They are imported, they're converted from left to right. They are specialist vehicles. That's what they are. They're for a specialist purpose. And because they're imported, I've imported cars from Japan before, multiple Japanese imported, like JDM, Japanese domestic market vehicles, that I've imported and owned for lengths of time, multiple vehicles. And it can get, frustrating. Like, you just kind of bake into the cake after a while. Like the last one I owned, I just knew that when I needed specialty parts from Japan, unless I paid a fortune for them, it was going to take a month or something to get them here. And I was just going to have to live with that. But with the speed of places like Rock Auto and now Injectors Direct, the ownership of this vehicle, even as a specialist vehicle, has just absolutely transformed it for me. Absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good. You don't need to compromise so much, but when you can get parts from the US to Australia in the same time or less than what it would cost you to get domestic parts. I ordered some stuff from Adelaide the other day, a little while ago now. Ordered stuff from Adelaide, and it took 6 days to get here, whereas my injectors from the US took in under 5 by business days. Over 6 days for them to come from Adelaide, under 5 days for it to come from the US from Injectors Direct. Quite astonishing, but it really does add to the ownership experience. It does. If I went back in time when I bought my Ram and I could tell myself, you will be able to get parts out of the US in under a week, or let's say a week, 5 business days during your ownership of this vehicle, that would have allayed a lot of my concerns and would have only led me to buy a US truck even swifter than I did, because the reality was that was one of my concerns. Injectors Direct I didn't use for instructions to install the injectors. I used a combination of my workshop manual, online tutorials, and videos that I've sourced online from various private and businesses. And through those resources, I installed everything. So I didn't use any resources from Injectors Direct. But that's another big positive of owning the Ram, and specifically any US truck, is just there's such a bank of information online on how to do stuff. Pretty much any repair, this is how you do it, laid out step by step, really simple. and it really helps you to, do a lot of things that perhaps you would think, oh no, I won't do that, that might be a little bit difficult. It's a lot simpler when you've got all this information, you can see it firsthand. And for me, the big advantage is, you can figure something out after a while, but the big advantage for me is I don't need to figure it out. Is I can look at it online and it cuts down me fluffing about for, say, maybe a job will take me a day to just figure my way through it, to see it in a video, and it could cut it down to, a third of the time in terms of the time it would have taken you, just because of how slow it took. So the services of places like Injectors Direct and Rock Auto, Amazon have really made my US truck ownership experience quite positive. In any event, Injectors Direct, if you're an Australian citizen, I would use them again. I hope that was useful to you. If you're considering buying from Injectors Direct, they're not the only purveyor of US truck injectors, but they are one. And if you're considering them for what it's worth, I was happy with my experience and I would use them again. Thanks for watching.